Hello, ladies and gentlemen, what is up? This is Michael Loris. I'm going to bring you another game from the Starseries Season 3, M5 on the Radiant versus AL on the Dire. Both teams conveniently abbreviated into M5 and AL. So that's very nice, makes the name shorter, makes it mean less typing when I'm typing in the names on the video. So that'll save me all of 3 seconds, actually probably like 2 seconds. So yay for time saving. Thank you guys for having very easily abbreviated names, but let's get back to this game, shall we? Absolute Legends bans, those are like the big three that you pretty much ban all the time. M5 gonna ban the Rubik TA and Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet sometimes banned, sometimes not, but really the ban's looking pretty stable, looking pretty cookie cutter there. AL, they're going to open up with a Chen and a Morphling. I'm gonna fix my mic a little bit. They're going to open up with a Chen and Morphling, so they do have the support to protect that Morphling in that hard lane. They're also going to open with a Broodmother. Pretty interesting there, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. M5, they're going to pick up the Leshrac, Invoker, as well as a Tidehunter. A set of 3 heroes that are really high importance heroes that you want to pick up for the first 3, or any combination of the 6 that you see on the screen are pretty much ones you want to pick up, except for the Broodmother. Yeah, I don't believe there's anything else to say about M5's lineup. They could go for an Extort Invoker or a Wex Invoker. Really, both would be pretty effective. AL's pick up the Broodmother. The reason I don't like this is because Broodmother is a hero that is very easily countered. And you can't really counter the Broodmother for the entire game, because no one could really outlast her in the lane, or there are a couple heroes that can, I guess, but they're few and far between. I guess like Bloodseeker can. Although if he goes toe to toe with her, he'll probably end up losing. So yeah, Broodmother, she could be easily countered. And you see M5, they already have that Tidehunter, so they could try to guess where AL is going to lane that Broodmother and then lane the Tidehunter in that same lane. Or they could even pick up a Sand King and then have an even harder counter. I mean, Tidehunter is good against the Broodmother, but I believe Sand King is the best. So M5, they do now have that option. And AL, they're forced to kind of sacrifice a little bit of the Broodmother's well-being by picking her up third. Usually she does get banned in the second phase, so I mean it kind of makes sense to pick her up in this first phase, but at the same time it's like you either pick her up now and then risk getting countered, or you don't pick her up and then risk her getting banned. So which one you're going to do, it really is up to the team, up to the captain, I guess. More bans coming out. M5 banning out some support heroes, Disruptor, as well as the Shadow Demon. They have plenty of damage. They have Morphling for the late game. They also have Broodmother who could do a little bit of work as well. So AL, they're probably looking to solidify their lanes, looking to solidify their support lineup. M5 going to pick up that Enigma. So they're going to have a little bit of counter push. Looks like they're not going to go for that Sand King. So I think they're content with having the Tidehunter counter that Broodmother in lane. AL, they're also banning out a Lone Druid. So M5, they have a decent amount of push potential with this team right now. A Lone Druid on top of that would be pretty good. Lone Druid is also a very tanky hero, and his Entangle locks down the Morphling pretty well. But M5 right now, they're probably looking for a carry hero. I'd be surprised if they didn't. That would mean that they're all in for the early mid game, and I would not expect that from them. So just pick up a carry, M5, and then their lineup is pretty set. They have a lot of AoE. They have a little bit of stunning action as well. If they go for a DK, that would just be perfect for their lineup. AL, they're going to go with the Venomancer, get the solid support hero that wasn't banned out. So between Venomancer and Chen, they should be fine. Now what they need right now is either another person for the top or mid lane, depending on where they want to lane that Morphling. So AL, they do have a little bit of freedom as far as that goes. Broodmother, I mean, she might go to the top lane, she might go to the bot lane. Either way, it's up to Moscow 5 to predict where the Broodmother is going to go, and then make sure that the Tidehunter does get into that same lane. Because a Tidehunter versus a Broodmother, if they're both soloing the lane, the Tidehunter is going to win, at least until the Broodmother gets her Soul Ring. And I mean, it'll take a little bit longer, but the Soul Ring, she'll get the money just by using those injects on the creeps. Get a little bit of gold, small increments. So it'll take a long time, and by the time her Spiderling gets to level 3, she should have a Soul Ring, and then Tidehunter not gonna have a fun time because the Spiderlings are gonna come a lot quicker than the Tidehunter can regenerate. But hey, if you slow down the Broodmother in the early stage of the game, get a couple kills, and the Broodmother might not have the best time in the world. But M5, what carry would they want to go? Stealth Assassin or Riki? Not a bad choice for this one. Chen and Venomancer very weak heroes, and Morphling, of course, is very vulnerable to that smoke screen. They could go for an anti-mage who's a little bit more mainstream, or the Faceless Void would also be very good. I think I've seen M5 run a Faceless Void before. Oh no, they're actually going to go with the Bounty Hunter. Very interesting from them. That's very interesting. Leshrac is probably going to be getting a lot of farm, but M5, they don't have a huge amount of late game potential, so they're putting a clock on themselves. Bounty Hunter could do a little bit of damage, but compared to the Morphling and the Broodmother miss chance on top of that, well, it's going to be really tough for Bounty Hunter to actually do that. But M5, they have some pretty good team fight. Ravage, Black Hole, Invoker, Leshrac with all of his AoE goodness, and of course the Bounty Hunter to sort of clean up. So I guess it's a strategy that M5 are going to use going into this game. But still, they have to make things happen. They have to get a lot of picks onto AL with that track bonus gold, and really hopefully get all their heroes to have a little bit more farm. Because the M5, they don't really have a dedicated support hero. Like Enigma is kind of supporty, Tidehunter kind of supporty, Leshrac could be dedicated support, but I feel like they need him to really get early levels and do the damage. So I don't know about M5's lineup. AL's lineup looks a lot more ordinary. And you got the supports with the Morphling, the Broodmother on the hard lane. But M5, I mean, Invoker solo a lane, Bounty Hunter solo lane, and then a tri-lane with Leshrac? I don't know. It could be a little weird, but then it's like, don't you want to counter the Broodmother with the Tidehunter? Tidehunter solo bot, Enigma, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit weird, but AL, there you go. Picking up that Queen of Pain, kind of as expected. They're going to go for a little bit of burst damage, lots of mobility on top of that. More importantly, that Queen of Pain is going to be soloing the mid lane. So AL most likely going to run a 2.5 on top, Broodmother bottom, Queen of Pain mid. M5, I have no idea what they're going to do. Enigma probably going to go in the jungle. I mean, yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't. Invoker could solo a lane, Leshrac could solo a lane, Bounty Hunter could solo a lane. So M5, they have a lot of freedom, but let's see if they want to just aim to put the Tidehunter with the Broodmother, who is being played by Freezer. Vigos playing that mid Queen of Pain. Come with me on the Venomancer God. Hard carrying the Morphling, and Mania is going to be playing that Chen. On the M5 side, we have Nexus on the Leshrac, Tidehunter, Zako, okay, on him. Solo is being playing the Invoker, Bounty Hunter playing by Sadoy. That's a kick-ass cape. Dread is going to be playing that Enigma, and both teams are going down to the bot lane. Dude, this cape is awesome, man. I want one. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And there's a lot of yeah, a lot of foreign language going on here. Don't know what all that is about. Level engagement, I gotta favor M5 for this one. They have a little bit more power in the early stage of the game, and they're going to find Mania. That is going to be their target. Split Earth has been picked up, and Mania trying to juke it out. He's going to take so much damage. Gale hitting onto 2, and Nexus is also taking a lot of damage. Nexus is probably going to go down to this as well. Wait for more with the Morphling, does get him that kill. Now Solo still slowed down from that Venomous Gale, is taking a lot of damage as well. Vigos going to blink in, and Solo's actually going to get denied by Dread. Very good play from the Enigma there. But AL, they take, no, this isn't 2. They take 1. It's a 1-for-1 trade, so that number is misleading. Shouldn't even be like that. I mean, denied doesn't give you anything. But Leshrac does get the kill on Chen for the first blood, but Morphling then does get the kill on Leshrac. So Leshrac isn't going to have the most gold, and I think he also teleported in. Well, he's going to get a early ring of Basilius, actually. But I think that fight might have favored AL just a little bit more, just because the Morphling got a kill. I mean, Leshrac getting a kill, that's fantastic and everything. And it really, I guess if he's going to be the primary farmer on this lane, then it'll help M5 a little bit more. But AL with that Morphling kill really, really working out for them. Nexus and Zako. Zako. Going to be going up against Freezer, who is on the bot lane. So it looks like my lane predictions were correct. But not really, because Come With Me and Mania, they're in the enemy jungle. Both these heroes, they're looking to protect the Broodmother. They're leaving God up to his own devices on the top lane versus Sadoy. Morphling should be fine here, but the Bounty Hunter is going to be very happy about this because the Bounty Hunter usually is up against 2-3 heroes and he's not going to get all that much, but God doesn't even have Sentry Ward, so the Morphling is going to be passively farming, and the Bounty Hunter is also passively farming. Mania, and come with me looking for a kill onto Solo, who's fighting Vigos. There goes the Shadow Strike, slowing Solo down. There goes the Gale to follow as well. Shockwave and right click should be enough to do this Invoker in. There you go. Chen with the club from the Satyr is going to get him another kill, or a kill. Dread is going to take advantage of his teammate's death and really just get a little bit of the golden experience from the lane, as the Invoker does teleport back into here. Enigma's going to duck back into the jungle, but he's got to be careful because they know that Mania and Come With Me are roaming around here. Zacho is pretty much revealed there. He's trying to do a little bit of stacking and just like standard support stuff, but Chen is soon going to have a big Furbog, and then I don't know, Nexus is going to be in a little bit of trouble, who is going for a lightning build. I do believe that is the correct choice for this game, being up against a Broodmother. It's either you get lightning or you go for Edict Split Earth and then you get early Pulse Nova. Try to clear off those Broodlings. Spiderlings. Broodlings, that's a different game. Hell, I mean, she's a Broodmother and then you get Broodlings. It kind of makes sense. I'm just going to call them Broodlings or Spiderlings. I'm going to call them both. It would make sense either way. Nexus is looking for a stun on to Come With Me. Just going to throw a couple of balls of light at him. Trade some hits, as Zacho getting a pretty big stack up. And Mania and Come With Me, I do think they're aware of it. They're not really doing anything to prevent this. Zacho's going to get a lot of experience from this Nexus as well. And here comes Dread running straight into a Furbog, and the Furbog is very pissed. But there's a lot of conversions there, and they should be able to handle them just fine. Zacho's getting a little bit of experience, but here comes Freezer with quite a few Broodlings. Going to make even more, and this this pull completely commandeered by AL. They're like, oh, experience, I'll take that, thank you. And Zacho with the level 1, and Dread's taking a little bit of damage as well. Clap in the Furbog, Gale to follow up as well, and he might go down to this one. Zacho trying to get in the way of Freezer. Good body blocking from him, but it's not going to be enough. Stun onto Freezer, going to slow him down even more, but it's too late. Enigma has already gone down. Zacho now on the run. There's not many slows coming out here, so Zacho should be fine. Unless there's another Spiderling? No, there's not going to be. Split Earth misses, and the Gale is going to kill that Tidehunter. The Furbog also with another clap did get that kill. And X is popping off an Edict, but he's taking a lot of damage from that one Angry Bear before it does go down. Very good usage of that creep from Mania. And the stack is still alive, but AL extend their lead to effectively 4-1. Because that deny inflates it by 1. And they're doing pretty well for themselves. Actually, take a look at who got the kills. Mania does have 2 of them. Freezer with 2 assists. And Come With Me involved in every single one of those. So his Venomancer is going to have a lot more gold. You can see he already has enough money for boots, and it's like, oh joy, boots on a Venomancer, what a luxury. But the Venomancer is getting a lot of assist gold, so that's going to be a lot of reliable gold. It's kind of balanced between both of them. He's going to get a Gale onto Zacho, taking a lot of poison damage actually. Mania doesn't have a creep though, so, oh Zacho, what are you doing? That's not the right way to run. He's just going to get right click down. Broodmother does circle around and pick up that Tidehunter kill, and now they want to finish off this creep camp. Has been conveniently stacked up by the Tidehunter, so the Tidehunter not having the best game of his life, only level 1, very vulnerable and very slow. So he's unable to escape. Come With Me, who probably could get his boots. Boots? Oh my god, everyone's getting boots at the same time. Sure, everyone. You need boots, guys. It's important to pick up boots. Zudoi 19-4 versus the 19-6 for Morphling. So Zudoi is remaining pretty competitive in this lane. God taking a little bit of harassment down to, well, no restoratives. The Zudoi just moving forward for those Janata hits. And God, you gotta remember that 285 movement speed versus the 315, so the Bounty Hunter right off the bat is moving a lot quicker than the Morphling. Morphling is one of the slowest heroes. Plus a Janata on top of that slows him to a crawl. So Zudoi is controlling the lane a lot better than I thought he would. It looks like the bot lane push is going to commence for AL. Lightning gonna fly out, but it's only like level 2. Yeah, it's only level 2 Lightning. And this tower is gonna go down. Freezer with the Spiderling's gonna pick it up. No, Chen is gonna pick it up. What a baller with like 2 freaking skeletons and right clicks from his hero. Getting a tower out of all of those Spiderlings. So Freezer's having a pretty good time right here. He's getting a lot of protection from his teammates. Usually you see Broodmother kind of being left alone in the bot lane because she could survive there. But hey, if you protect her, she'll thrive. God is kind of the one who's having the short end of the stick. He's still doing decent as far as last hit and denies go. But Freezer is also, Sodoy, I'm sorry, is also a pretty big problem, because the Bounty Hunter is now level 6, and the Bounty Hunter is getting a lot of farm as well, so he could go for a very quick drum, he could go for a very quick BKB, or he could even transition his damage. Maybe M5 would be interested in having a little bit more right-click power on that Bounty Hunter. Get a Desolator up or something like that. Won't be bad at all. Dread is level 6, so he does have that black hole, and God is very weak. I know he's actually in decent condition. But Dread seems to... he's been by a soul ring, okay. Then go back into the jungle. Why not? If the enemies are in your jungle, then you go to their jungle. Zako only level 2 right now, and Vegas does have a haste rune. It's completely spotted out. He doesn't really want to go for this. I think it will be a mistake, but they're instead just going to keep pushing. There's nothing that M5 can really do about this. Lightning still only level 2 as Leshrac is getting nothing from this lane. Constantly so many heroes on this lane. There goes Screaming Pain. Nexus going to take a Gale right on the rear end. And he's going to go down. Zako looking for a deny. Not going to happen though. The burst from Broodmother is way too much. Now Zako is slowed down, taking nuke from Chen. And one more blink forward is going to get them another kill. AL 8-1 or 7-1. They're just steamrolling this game so far, and M5 they're looking to be struggling just a little bit. I mean, the things that are going well for M5 is that Invoker has been in this mid lane for a really long time, and he's getting more last hits than the Queen of Pain, who has ducked down to the spot lane. Another good thing is that Dread is still farming in the jungle, so that's a pretty good thing for them. And Sodoy is a pretty high level as a bounty hunter, does have a decent amount of farm on him. So M5, really the only casualties of these push is the bot lane, both the towers and the 2 heroes that were there. Zako level 2, Nexus level 4, whereas Mania is level 4 and Come With Me level 5. So when your dual lane is getting outlaned by a jungling Venomancer and Chen combo, it's not a good situation there. Freezer is level 6, and I feel like they could go for Roshan right now. They have a ton of Spiderlings, and they're going to get a couple more. So AL, they're putting a lot onto the supports. I mean, Chen, Venomancer, and, well, I guess Broodmother not really support, but they're all getting a lot. God not getting all that much. Usually you do see him morphling with a little bit more. I mean, 31 creep kills, 8 minutes in. Not bad. But still, he usually does get more because he usually is the one with protection. So AL, I mean, they're investing a lot into this early game, whether intentionally or not. So, I mean, M5, they do still have a late game chance. Cold Snap onto Vegas. Unfortunately, the right clicks are missing. Vegas should be able to blink away. And they are going to go for that Roshan. Lots of Plague Wards, level 3 Plague Wards. Mania with the creep, Spiderlings as well. And this Roshan is going to go down because Come With Me has gotten himself a Medallion of Courage. So Roshan is going to drop. Vegas with the Aegis? Yes, Vegas with the Aegis. And AL taking even more of an early game lead. But M5, I mean, they're definitely behind. There's no doubt about it. And their only real hope is to get their team fight together. They have the black hole. They should have a Ravage within like 10 minutes. Level 3 Tidehunter is sad. But eventually when they do get that Ravage, black hole, plus the right click damage that the Bounty Hunter will be able to offer, their team fight is not bad. And AL, I mean, their team fight is okay as well, but Morphling, not with the most. He's doing pretty decently for himself. But really, it's up to the Broodmother, Venomancer, and Chen to make things happen because they've been the one getting all of the farm. Looks like Chen is going to translate that early gold with 316 score into a Cold Snap from the Invoker as Dread going to layer his stun on top of that. Gale going to fly, not hit anyone. Come With Me now in a little bit of a rough position. Tornado is going to fly, and everyone from... oh no, the Split Earth actually misses M5. Still on the chase to Come With Me. They should be able to bring him down as Vegas is trying to bring down Solo and Nexus. Sonic Wave did hit both of them, but it won't be enough. This Shuriken from Sodoy is going to get him that kill, but the poison taking him dangerously though. The Broodmother with her Spiderlings does pick up that kill, and Zako on the run. Vegas still wants this kill though. He should be enough. Yeah, it should be enough. There you go. Vegas with the very easy kill on this Tidehunter, who still is level 4. Morphling picked up a gem. I don't know if that was owned by Come With Me. Who's Come With Me? This guy. I guess Come With Me bought up the gem. Yeah, wait for him in from Dread. He's going to take a lot of damage, but the creeps from Chen, unfortunately, not enough disable time there. So Come With Me, I guess. Oh, whoa, okay. Vegas, not done yet with the double damage rune. Picking up that Enigma kill. Completely did not see that one coming. But AL, they're going to pick up the early gem. Get even more map control. Tornado and Cold Snap on the Vegas. He's going to be fine, though. He has an Aegis. So 2 towers down. AL, they're looking to make it 3. And this tower in the top lane, I mean, no one's really coming around for it. Freezer's still camping out this bot lane, pressuring people to come down here. He's going to start working on Nexus. Pop off some Spiderlings in him, and Leshrac is sad about that. Level 7, so he's recovered decently. But Sadoy is around looking for a track onto Freezer, but Freezer, I think he smells something. He should be a little bit cautious here. Top tower is going to get support from the Chen, and this tower is going to go down. Dread, oh no, he attempted to deny, and he's going to take a Gale to the rear end. God, close enough for a waveform now. He's going to do it to kill off this Enigma. There you go. Morphling with the kill on the Enigma. Tried to magic stick charge up, but it wasn't enough. 3 still on this top lane. Arcane Boots up from Chen. And ooh, they do kill the Broodmother who popped out in the visibility. Got tracked. Sorry for missing that one, guys. I'm guessing it was that. What? No, that's the wrong hero. Yeah, a little bit a long way from her webs. A little bit of a long way. Yeah, that makes sense. Tornado EMP going to hit on God most likely. Oh, replicate out. I've never seen a Morphling move that fast. Yeah, it wasn't fast enough. Well, okay. He goes to the mid lane where he is pushing down that tower. Vigos in a very aggressive position. He's going to run to solo? No, he's going to run away. Run! Queen of Pain. There's an Invoker and he's pissed. Invoker is going for a balanced build of Quas and Wex. Probably going to transition into a little bit more Wex there. God, going to take a Cold Snap as well as a track. They could get this Morphling kill if they... Oh yes, he doesn't have any stats to... he doesn't have any mana to waveform out, and he's going to go down to this. God, caught without mana. Does die to the Tidehunter. In the meantime, Leshrac... Where did Leshrac die? Yeah, he got dove by Vigos? Yeah, Vigos dove him and then got sent back to the base by Chen. So AL... They lose the Morphling, which is never good for them. They pick up the Leshrac, kind of just consolation prize, but losing a Morphling is never ever good. But they do take a tower in exchange, so I mean it's okay. Sadoy is getting chased down by Vigos just a little bit. Vigos is holding an ultimate orb, could be a Lincoln Sphere. Very interesting for her. Block off the track and I guess the Lightning and Gush and Malefice. But those are some... I mean, those spells are nice, but the stuns from M5, they're going to go through anyway. Except for Malefice, I guess, but that's not the most. Come with me. He's going to get harassed back by Sadoy. He'll take a lot of damage for his effort. And is there any Sentry? No, there's no True Sight. No True Sight for AL there. Solo's going to run straight to Vigos, going to take Node. Going to blink away. She was fine anyway. She has an Aegis. You can't really stop a Queen of Pain from running out unless you burn a Black Hole or a Ravage or get a perfectly timed Split Earth and then have everyone wailing on him. But God is going to go for that shotgun. Bounty Hunter should be pretty vulnerable to that. Leshrac vulnerable to that as well. And Tidehunter with his low levels is fairly vulnerable as also. Freezer's going to go for a Manta Style, so he's looking to siege things up. AL, they're just going to push down everything that they could find. Sadoy is going to reveal himself, and Freezer, I guess, is also revealed there. But AL, they've been doing a pretty good job. Oh, Vigos is a haster, and he's going to go straight for Nexus. Going to get everything on him. Split Earth not going to hit. He doesn't have Sonic Wave, but he does have a Blink as well as a haster. Going to take a little bit of damage from that Edict, but he should be just fine. There you go. Tidehunter tries to come in for support, but Vigos the haster knows exactly what his hero could do. And come with me. Going to try to go for Dread. One more hit. Oh, he's going to get away just barely. Will he tick over from this? He's going to survive. And the Venommancer does go down. Vigos swooping in for the support kill. He's going to pick up that Bounty Hunter, and he's going to take a Tornado for his troubles, but he should be fine. Come with me, almost getting the kill on that Enigma. So close with that poison damage. Unfortunately, Poison Nova isn't lethal. The other two, I believe, are lethal. I know the Q is Gale. Gale's lethal. I don't remember if this is lethal. I think it is. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that Venommancer has a lot of poison damage. That's all I know, guys. Pulse Nova is up on Nexus, Lightning as well, so these Spiderlings kind of going to lose effectiveness as far as pushing goes, unless Freezer is, finds some free time by himself on a lane and no one else is there to really contest him. In which case, Spiderlings, yeah, they do some pretty good damage. You can see AL, they're pretty far ahead. How far ahead? About this far ahead. A solid block of AL heroes leading the gold per minute chart and EXP per minute. Oh, they're not totally ahead. The solo heroes for M5 are staying competitive there, but really the gold advantage when your Venommancer has more gold than their Invoker. You know that you're in a pretty good situation. Venommancer is really tanky. Medallion as well as a point booster. That's about a medallion and a point booster more than the Venomancers usually get 15 minutes into the game. Top lane is pushing, bottom lane is pushing. I think AL, they should just get this last tower and then probably transition into a Roshan once that's down. Leave this Broodmother here, because Broodmother, that's pretty much what she does. That's why you pick up a Broodmother, so that she could camp out on a lane. And then you have a 4v5 for the rest of that game. It looks like a blink in. They're going to go for Nexus one more time. That Shadow Strike, level 3, so it does have a pretty substantial slow. Stoy is going to take a Gale. Split Earth, not going to hit. Come with me, he's going to take a Gush. EMP Tornado going to hit. Yeah, there it is. Going to hit. Ravage as well. They want Vigas. He's going to blink out of there, though. He does have an Aegis, but he's going to get tracked up, and the Shuriken is going to bring him down. Is there a Split Earth on cooldown? Split Earth is available. Is it going to work? He's going to miss it, and Vigas should be able to live from this one. Track, but blinking through the trees. Teleportation from Nexus. He's going to get out of here alive. Sonic Wave, not going to be enough. Not sure if it hit. I don't think it did, but they're going to go instead for Zacho, who is going to go down there. Vigas just getting a ton of kills. 604 for him. Burn the Aegis in exchange for a Tide Hunter kill. More than worth it there. Stoy still around, though. He can do a lot of damage to Vigas. Is he going to drop from this? He is going to drop from the EMP as he pops. Freezer looking for a Spartling inject. He's out of mana, though, and he's very low on HP. Doesn't want to use the Soul Ring. Mania still in the fight, and he should get out of here. He's going to drop to solo. He's going to get a double kill, and now Freezer's going to get chased down by Leshrac with that Edict on level 4. As AL throw away a couple of their heroes. Kind of a rough fight for them. Vigas really overestimating his tankiness. He had a ton of gold, but he didn't have a item to really make use of that gold. So unfortunate fight from AL as M5 do some really good chain stunning work. Come with me is going to get caught by Dread, but AL God is here, and now Dread is the one in a rough position. He doesn't have support coming in. He's going to try to juke out and teleport, but oh well, okay, that's good black hole, man. You almost delayed your death. Come with me is going to drop to Sadoy. Once again, that high level bounty hunter does do some pretty good damage. Sunstrike on the God, but it's very low level. Only one level of Sunstrike there. Tornado is going to fly, do a little bit more damage to God. His teleportation is coming in. It is Vigas. They could look to get solo. It's going to be a little bit close. Maybe Sadoy? Do they have any True Sight? I don't think they do. No, they don't. Picking up the Enigma for free there. Good pickups from AL. But M5, I mean, they're closing the gap. 11 to 17 as the gold per minute kind of well, it shifts a little bit there. But AL, they're still very much ahead. You can see M5 with that good fight, good series of fights, kind of equaling things out. It's going to be rough for them, though, because I mean, the Bounty Hunter, they're still reliant on the flat damage from their spells. Whereas AL, I mean, yes, they are reliant on the flat damage as well. Their Morphling is scaling. And Bounty Hunter, I'm not sure if he's scaling fast enough to really counteract that Morphling. Really, I guess the only way to tell is to wait and see. God has only died once. There's that gank in the mid lane. So he's still surviving. He almost does have a shotgun. What is that going to be? Like 22-minute shotgun if he farms decently. Oh, he does have someone on his ass, though. It's going to be Sadoy, who has a haste rune. Maybe he's going to look towards Mania, who's a little bit more vulnerable, but he does have a Hand of God and, oh, well, no mech anymore. So Sadoy does spot out Mania. But Mania has a ton of creeps here. Sadoy knows exactly what's going on, and here comes the rest of M5. Solo gonna lay down EMP, cold snap on the God, but he waveforms out of there. He's gonna be fine. I feel like laying down that EMP wasn't the best. Oh, Zacho gonna get hexed up by Vigas. Very early hex from him, and he's gonna go down before he pops that Ravage. Annihilated. Come with me. Taking a lot of damage because of that track, but he's gonna get healed by Chen. And now everyone from M5 is retreating. Vigas still on the chase. Solo gonna lay down a Deafening Blast. Split Earth gonna miss because of that Deafening Blast. Vigas still on the chase. Doesn't have any more nukes. He's gonna blink forward. Gonna get Scream of Pain in 1 second. Shadow Strike as well, but this Invoker is a little bit too quick. Sadoy still on his ass. Not doing any damage though, as God and Mania are coming up to support. Sadoy is gonna use that Shadow Walk to get out of that. Oh God, gonna get his teleport interrupted. That sucks. But he's gonna replicate back, so he still has a way out of there. Sadoy is gonna take a Shadow Strike, gonna try to teleport out, but the Hex is there for Queen of Pain. Gale to follow, plus a Sentry Ward as Chen with the giant nuke from the Test of Faith does bring him down. 400 max pure damage. It's a pretty absurd nuke when you think about it. I remember in pubs, people used to just get Penitence and Test of Faith and like completely skip Holy Persuasion, and then you just nuke people because the bonus damage 28% more. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's also really freaking bad. It's fun though. You get a Dagon, and then you just nuke people down as Chen. They don't expect it at all. I mean, if I was Even if I was on the same team as the Chen, I wouldn't expect it. But AL, they do get a series of pretty good picks there. They're going to go for the second Roshan, but M5, they're well aware of it. Smoked up from them. Ravage is up on the Tidehunter now, and the Invoker in this tight corridor is going to be a perfect playground for him, so this could be very bad for AL. EMP Tornado. Tornado not going to hit any of the creeps. Deafening Blast can hit onto Mania and come with me. Ravage only onto the Chen, however, as three of them take a Gale. Mania is going to go down from this. No way to save him there, but the Morphling in the back end is going to pick up the Leshrac. Solo on the run. Dust is going to prevent him from Ghost Walking, as Freezer has now also joined this fight. Solo is going to go down there. Dread can take right clicks as Vigas blinks in for another Scream of Pain. As M5, they lose 3. Do burn the Ravage, but a very poor one there. Only hitting onto 1. Well, I guess the one that they hit did get killed, but really you want a little bit more out of your Ravages, as God does pick up that second life, as well as a shotgun. 21 minutes. That was 1 minute off. That's good enough. But AL, they're continuing to bring it back after that short spurt of unproductiveness. But M5, they're in a very rough time. I mean, Invoker with the Tornado completely missed everyone, and the EMP didn't really do much either. Focus on the Deafening Blast, but Sadoy is going to get engaged by Vigas with double damage, and Sadoy is going to take a Sonic. Oh! Take damage? Gale? Oh, Shadow Strike damage. I thought he was going to survive, but when you're at 10 HP, Shadow Strikes take damage of 60. I think it should kill you. Nexus living with 60 HP. Freezer wants to get him. Dread looking for the black hole, perhaps. No. Leshrac, very, very lucky to be alive, but you know what? He has to heal now, and that's a lot of time where he's not going to be able to defend this mid lane. EMP is going to hit everyone. Vigas blinks out, tries to bottle up, but he's going to take a cold snap. Vigas does have enough mana for a blink. He should be able to get out of here. It's going to be close, though. No. Solo with the attack speed from the maxed out Wex does bring down the Queen of Pain for free. Got caught with kind of a bad cooldown area. I don't know why she blinked over there in the first place. The EMP already popped, and then she blinked over there, so she kind of fed herself needlessly to that Invoker. She buys back, she teleports to the mid lane as Morphling is on the bot lane, killing off Dread. A lot of damage there, but the shotgun versus the Enigma, yeah, he doesn't. Oh, but Enigma's actually pretty tanky. Going for a Sange, yes. I don't think he is. Probably a BKB in shreds, but I'd like to think it was a Sange. EMP is going to burn a little bit of mana there. Actually missed everyone as God even dodged that. The Venomaster does go down, chased down because of that Gush. Now Mania is tracked up. Vigas is tracked up as well, but here comes Freezer. Dust going to pop off, so Freezer cannot hide from this, although with the movement speed from the webs, he should be able to just run out of there. Response dust from Vigas. Doesn't have a Sonic Wave. He's going to land that Shadow Strike on the Bounty Hunter, so he is slowed down. Freezer still looking for an engagement here. Vigas, Sadoy's actually going to take a ton of damage. There's the Ravage, hitting all 3. Good Ravage, finally. Mania does go down instantly. Freezer popping off the BKB shotgun. Going to be enough to kill off that Invoker, and now Zacho in a horrible situation. Passageway blocked off by that Ward. God doing some work himself. Picking off that Tidehunter, and I believe Vigas, did Vigas get anything? No, he just bailed out. Okay, fair enough. He doesn't have much anyway. EMP going to hit Come With Me, and Come With Me is going to go down. Pop up his ultimate before he dies. But M5 catching off the stray AL heroes. But really, I mean, like, Morphling lived through all of that. Queen of Pain lived through all of that. Broodmother lived through all of that. You're killing off the Venomancer and the Chen. And really, they're okay with dying. That's usually their role anyway in the game. So M5, I mean, like, they're getting some picks, but they're not getting the correct picks. And God damn it, God, with your shotgun, stop it, stop. God, he's gonna run straight into Solo, and Solo, I don't think he can win this duel. He's gonna try to juke out. He does have a lot of Wex, as I said before. God is unable to get the kill. Waveform gonna miss, and Invoker's actually going for an Orchid. I do like this choice from him. Shut down the blinking power from Queen of Pain. Shut down the waveform power from the Morphling, as well as do a little bit more damage to boot. Let's see what the other items are going to be. Leshrac with drums, going to go for a BKB, so standard Leshrac stuff. Bounty Hunter also BKB, so standard Bounty Hunter stuff. Enigma, get the Sange, that would be awesome. Vigas is trying to kill, oh, Black Hole used and instantly cancelled. Hand of God saving Vigas, as now they... Okay, everyone enjoyed that quite a bit, but Vigas does manage to live because of the Hand of God. You're going to take a salve? Why do you have a salve? I don't know why Come With Me has a salve. I think that was from way before. Salve's going to get cancelled. But Queen of Pain and Come With Me still in this mid lane. Come With Me is going to get a lot of mana drained out, and Zacho looking for a Gale. He is going to land it, plus a track. Come With Me should go down. Shuriken, right click from the Invoker, does bring him down. AL kind of getting a little bit over aggressive. Here comes Vigas. looking for something. Gonna just do a little bit of harassment damage to that Tidehunter, take a track for his efforts. But AL, I feel like they're, I mean, yes, they are ahead, but if they keep making these, like, pickoffs for nothing, well, then they're not going to be ahead for the entire game. Because Venomancer's constantly getting picked off, and AL, they're traveling in small groups. Stoy going to take a shotgun. He's going to go down. God, shotgun too strong. He does still have that Aegis, so he hasn't even died with that Aegis on him. God is just farming heads right now. Solo is there with the EMP and Tornado. That's going to be the Aegis. But there's no black hole. Split Earth is going to hit this time. Yes, it does hit. Malphus to follow. God taking a ton of damage. Tornado up into the air. Waveform not going to be there. But Vigas is in the middle of everything. Does not have a Sonic Wave, actually. Going to try to run his Solo. Does give chase. Mania is there to support, though. Not much a Chen could actually do. Nexus is going to take a lot of damage from that Queen of Pain. He's going to try to teleport out of there. He should be fine. The nuke is not online. Stunned by the Centaur, though. Nexus is going to go down after lightning bolting Mania, who's now on the run. Vigas is still low HP, but he wants to go for Dread. The creeps are still working on him. Buyback from Leshrac, as someone's got to tend to this bot lane because Freezer has been there the entire time. Vigas is going to keep chasing Dread and come with me with the medallion, plus the Gale is going to hit onto Dread, taking a lot of poison damage there. Should go down to this one. Come with me does pick him up in exchange for his life. This Venom has just been suiciding all day long, but Freezer left on the bot lane to his own devices. Vigas silenced up, trying to run away, going to get sent back home from the Chen. Oh, the Shuriken! Oh, that was so close. Queen of Pain saw her entire life flash before her eyes. Freezer and Mania both tracked up. Freezer should go down to Sudoi. I don't think they can save him. Definitely Blast going to weaken him even more. Maybe the mischance, incapacitating bites. Sudoi unable to keep up. It's going to be close. Sunstrike not going to hit. Mania running down and around. Vigas is there. Does he have a Hex? No, he does not. But the mini stun, I believe, from the Broodlings, slowing down Sudoi. And Sudoi loses track of the Chen. He does get the Hand of God and somehow survives. Oh my god, this game. So much action all over the map, and I can't, it's like literally impossible for me to catch it all. But throughout all of this fighting in the mid lane, the important thing is that the tier 3 towers have gone down. You do not leave this Broodmother to her own devices because she will kill your entire base, and by the time you get there, you're like, wait, didn't we have a base here before? Tornado Imply gonna fly, not hit anyone. That's Chen. Oh no, Chen. Oh, they got bonus gold from that kill. Not. But Broodmother now does have that sieging build up. And she's going to get tracked from Sudoi, but Broodmother really, well, pop off the Manta Style. That works also to dispel that stuff. She's still on the spot lane while the rest of her team is really doing pretty much everything. AL taking a whole series of small skirmishes instead of fighting as a team. Really, with the Morphling mobility, with the Queen of Pain mobility, they're really doing some pretty good work through that fight. M5, they cannot get their giant team fight together if there is no giant team fight. Like the black hole from Enigma, beautiful black hole over here, and other than that, I mean, did he even use a black hole? He used like once, I think, but he hasn't gotten a black hole that caught more than like 2 people, and that wasn't cancelled. And Tidehunter's Ravages haven't been impressive either. He got like 1 3-man Ravage, but other than that, completely whiffed a good deal of them. And God is continuing to get farm. Ethereal Blade doing a lot of work for him. See, even Bounty Hunter got 100 to 0'd with that combo. Level 18 Morphling, so he has a lot of natural stat growth on top of his items. So he's completely fearsome. M5 need a couple of heroes to deal with him. But they also need to have some people on the spot lane for Freezer. So like the individual power of AL's heroes is really forcing M5 back and forth between their base, because really you need 2 people to deal with this Morphling. If it's just one, they're going to die like this right here. I don't even think he would have survived if there were 2 up there. But Morphling gets a free pick up there. So you gotta have, like, you know, you gotta have Sudoi and Solo do it, because they're the only heroes that could actually do something to this Morphling. There goes the Tornado to fly. He's gonna start Strike Morphing in the air. Waveform out. Not gonna happen because of silence from that Orchid. He's gonna take a ton of damage. He might go down to this one. Strike Morph, keeping him alive. No, it's not gonna be enough. That Orchid amplifying all that damage. God does go down. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. You need more heroes up on that top lane to deal with that Morphling. But you also need a lot of heroes on the bot lane to deal with Freezer. This Enigma, if he's left alone, Freezer's going to go right to town, as you are seeing right now. Dread is going to go down. Oh, getting blocked a little bit? No, Dread's going to go down. Yes, there you go. Wow, I'm just calling this. I'm like, he's going to die just like this happens, and then he's going to die just like that happens. Freezer's going to take a tornado, but he should be fine. Chen's creeps on the front lines, gonna suicide them. Oh no, the Alpha Wolf. Oh, he didn't sign up for that. Solo gonna dodge the slow from the Venomancer just barely. Doing a little bit of back and forth action on this bot lane. I do believe M5 should be able to win this fight, but you know what? They have more things to worry about. Vigas still on this mid lane. They need, once again, 2 heroes to deal with this Queen of Pain because, oh, Sudoi is going to get Hex. He's going to take a Sonic Wave as well. He's going to get dropped by Freezer. So all of AL's heroes just need more and more heroes to be dealt with than M5 have. I mean, they need like 7 heroes to stay competitive. Solo on the run. You're going to silence off Vigas, can take a gush for his efforts. Zacko looking for a Ravage, but it's not there. The damage on the Raxes is starting to pile up, and it's going to go down. No way to save that there. Freezer does have his ultimate active. He's looking for someone to heal, but Zacko looking to get into position, but unfortunately unable to do so. Come With Me is going to take a gush. Probably going to go down. He's going to take a stun from Dread, and yes, Come With Me is going to die. Hand of God trying to save him, but it's ultimately not enough. Vigas is still around, though. Sonic Wave. Gonna Hex Zacko, but he instantly gets that dispelled because of that Kraken Gel. Vigas is gonna take a rock to the head. Black Hole onto both God and to Vigas, but God's not taking any damage. There's the Deafening Blast. God does have a lot of his damage up and available. Wait for him in. No, he's actually getting stunned from Malphus. Tornado gonna fly as well. Might do Morphling in. No, he's actually completely dodged that. I completely missed that. God picking up yet another kill. He does get sent back to the base. Freezer gonna get chain stunned just a little bit. Cold Snap, but there's no invisibility detection. Vigas still very healthy in this game. Just gonna keep using all the spells with that Scythe of Eyes. You could cast anything you want whenever you want as the Queen of Pain. But AL, they solidify their advantage, pick up the bottom Raxes. A pretty good game, guys. High action, but also a high mistake from M5. AL just being all over the map. And the point I was trying to make earlier is that really the heroes from AL are powerful enough to warrant 2 heroes to shut them down in lane. And they're all spread out in the lane. So M5, they need 2 heroes on top, they need 2 heroes on mid, they need 3 heroes on the bottom lane. And unfortunately, this game is not a 7v5, so they don't have that option there. Nexus is going to take a ton of damage because of that Ghost Scepter. Going to miss that Split Earth, and now Nexus is going to go down. Exactly what I'm talking about. You need more heroes. M5, they're just stretched way too thin. Like butter, spread across too much bread. Right, guys? You got that reference. I'm sure you did. Baller points for you if you did, but the Roshan does go down. God now with 2 lives in his pocket. He can surf around at 720 HP and not give a crap. Pretty much been doing that for about 10 minutes now, so it's been working for him. Invoker really the most effective one at defending these little pushes from individual heroes. Invoker with the Cold Snap, one of the best things to deal with individual heroes. It's pretty much just perma-stun there, and he's going to go for a Javelin. I don't think... I mean, Javelin's such a crappy item. Just like by itself. It's building some pretty good things. Zacko going to get hit by the shotgun. Sonic Wave not going to be enough. Wait for him through will be enough though. God going to take a Cold Snap, and he's going to burn his Aegis right now. Sudoi is just going to stand over his grave and watch. EMP is going to hit God. He doesn't have that waveform out. He's going to start Strength Morphing. He's very weak at this point. There's the waveform out. He should be fine. Come with me. Going to unleash his Poison Nova onto everyone. Going to take a rock into his head though. He's going to go down as well. AL, they're losing a couple heroes here and there. Lost the Aegis, but they're going to fall back, I believe, successfully. In the meantime, mid lane, Freezer, you cannot leave this Broodmother alone, even if it's not the bot lane. God can take a little bit of damage. Orchid Silence, plus the Ravage will bring him down. So God does take a fall finally. Freezer also taking a lot of damage. He's going to drop as well. Meantime, it's going to be Zacko who's getting chased down by Vigas. One more Screaming Pain is going to do him in. Now going to go for Sudoi. Do they have vision? Yes, they do have a gem or something. Yes, they do have a gem. Sudoi is on the run. Vigas is without really a lot more burst damage. There goes the Enigma, though. Vigas is going to get sent back to the base. I don't think they bring him down. No, they do bring him down. Just barely. No cheese. He was holding it. He was depending on that send back. But now Mania is the last one alive, and he's going to drop as well. Solo with the movement speed is going to get another kill. And AL just got team wiped. I mean, who could have seen that coming? I definitely didn't see that coming. Hope you guys are ready for Carry Invoker. MKB Invoker. It'll be amazing. With this attack speed, what's this attack speed? 14% times 3. That's 42%. Not bad. Not bad attack speed there. Almost a Hyperstone with the Wex runes active. Plus the Cold Snap. Plus the double mini-stun. Both Cold Snap mini-stun and MKB mini-stun. Pretty cool. Come with me is getting engaged upon by Sudoi. The Black King Bar and Mythical Hammer is doing some pretty decent damage to Come With Me, but once again, still very tanky hero. Sunstrike is going to hit perfectly on Come With Me, and the Shuriken Toss is going to get Sidoi that kill. Once again, AL getting caught out of position just a little bit. They do still have the Raxes, so they are still very much ahead. But M5, they're still fighting. They know that they're not out of this game because their team fight has still not come together yet. The Black Hole from the Enigma has been held for like 10 minutes now. And the Ravage from Tidehunter, I mean, they've been pretty good. They caught out God and they've killed him. Now God is getting even more and more farm. Not even saving for buyback. Freezer's going to take an EMP Tornado. Deafening Blast to follow as well, but soon Broodmother's starting to become a real problem. Morphling has been a problem for a long time now. And Vigos with the BKB, it's going to be very hard to deal with him outside of using the Black Hole. I do like this choice from the Leshrac, because Morphling does not have his, well, he didn't have the Manta Style yet, but he also doesn't have a Black Hole, so if you could disarm that hero, or if you could disarm the Broodmother when her BKB is down, well, then it's pretty much acting like a Hex. Especially if they don't notice that they're disarmed. Sometimes it's really hard to notice because it's like, oh, I must have misclicked, I better just click again. It's like, oh, my guy's still not attacking. Oh shit, I'm disarmed, I better run. Oh wait, no, I'm not disarmed anymore because it's done. 3 seconds is all the time it takes to notice that you're disarmed and then run away and then change your mind, and in all that time they're taking damage. So I do like that choice from the Leshrac. Will also give him a ton of survivability. You now see he's at 1700 health. I don't think God could 100 to 0 him with this shotgun combo of his, especially with all the backup that the Leshrac does have. So very, very good item. I think it should be seen more. I do think it's a little bit underrated. I mean, the strength is huge. Huge strength there. Sanj gives you a ton of strength and a ton of survivability. The maim chance, though, I mean, that's pretty much worthless. But the evasion also, combined with the additional health, it's a very good cost-effective item. For you to expect for a halberd it would be more offensive, but who would have thought that halberd is a defensive item? I don't know. Makes no sense to me, guys. But now all of AL except for Morphling. Does he have a replicate up? He does have a replicate up. They're pushing down this mid lane. Leshrac with the lightning in, as well as a maxed out Pulse Nova, is trying to hold off this creep wave. I do believe the best course of action for AL is to continue with their split pushing. Because, I mean, it's worked in the past. Why not just keep using it? Purple and yellow on this top lane. And the Invoker is trying to defend by himself. Nexus trying to do a little bit of assistance as well. Here's the teleportation back from both of them. They're both going to come back looking for the big team fight right now. Vigos is going to get silenced, pop off the BKB, going to go toe-to-toe with Solo. Sonic Wave going to fly, and Vigos unable to seal the deal. He's going to get tracked up and he's forced to run away. Zako is going to get engaged upon as well. He's going to pop that Ravage perfectly as Freezer's BKB runs out. Freezer's going to take so much damage. He's going to go down. Shotgun to Solo is going to bring him down, but God, very weak as well. There's a Black Hole dragged back. Come With Me as well as God. Come With Me is going to fall right after God does, and now Vigos sent back to the base, and AL, they're on the run once again. M5 successfully defending their base. Mania is going to drop from this. No way out of here. As there goes M5 taking a 4 for 1. Did they only lose 1? Wow, they only lost 1. That was an impressive fight from M5. So they're still fighting. They're down to racks, but they're not out of it. The Bounty Hunter's starting to do some damage, and Dread's starting to land those black holes. Not to mention Nexus is very, very tanky at this point. And kind of unfortunate from AL. Tidehunter's Ravage popped off at the exact second that the black hole timed out. But M5, I mean, they're not out of it. They're definitely still behind. I mean, 10,000 gold advantage, that's pretty hard to overcome, especially when the experience advantage is the exact same. But AL, I mean, they're single target heroes. They need to rely on getting picks. If they're going to take a 5v5 rumble, it's not going to favor them. Because of the Ravage Black Hole, I mean, you gotta just try to take him out before that even happens. The Ethereal Blade will do that for you. I mean, that's pretty much the entire point of the Ethereal Blade. But also consider the fact that Vigos was going toe-to-toe with the Invoker 1v1. That's not a situation that you want as the Queen of Pain. You want to do AoE damage. I mean, yeah, burn your Sonic Wave on one target. It's not always a bad thing. But in situations like these where you're in giant team fights, you want to have a Sonic Wave that hits at least 2 people. I mean, anything less than that is, I feel like, not worth it. AL, they're not done with this mid lane. Everyone is converging here, and M5, do they have any spells up? Not for another 78 seconds. Oh, if they get a stun onto Sidoi, that is going to be a stun. Is there True Sight, though? There better be True Sight. There's a gem. Sidoi's going to go down. That is exactly the pick they needed, because Bounty Hunter is without that buyback. And that's M5's main source of physical damage, and now with that Bounty Hunter kill, AL, well, they're going to push in for the Rax's solo is, I mean, he's an Invoker, so he's level 21 Invoker, holy crap, 13, 5, 13. But with the high-level Invoker, he's one of the best anti-pushing heroes in the game because he can drop down all these AoE spells, the creep wave just evaporates. But now the Raxes are in trouble, lots of illusions there, as Vigos going to completely whiff his Sonic Wave, really Vigos, come on. The range Raxes have gone down. The melee Raxes are soon to follow. Mech pops off Zacho with the Ravage, looking to get in position. Is he going to land it on anyone? He's thinking about it. There's the Ravage, only hitting Chen as well as Vigos on the tail end. God has brought down that Tide Hunter, though. God is now taking a lot of damage. He's going to try to get sent back to the base by Chen. He does survive, just barely. No, he does go down. How did he go down from that? Invoker with the AoE damage, I guess, just somehow catching that off. But now Invoker's getting chased down by Vigos as well as Come With Me. Does go down. M5. They got completely wiped. AL taking a good fight there because they picked off the Bounty Hunter of 4v5. I mean, M5, they're just not going to win that fight. Simple as that. Mid Raxes do go down, and Freezer is already on this top lane with the Daedalus doing the tons of damage. Melee Raxes on the top lane are going to fall right after. There's the GG call from Solo. He's had enough. And ladies and gentlemen, AL, they've picked up this game versus M5 from the Starseries Season 3. Very, very high action game. I mean, AL, they've gotten more than 1 kill a minute. Combined with the M5 kills, it's pretty good for them. But AL, just getting so much individual power from their heroes. In that sense, just yanking M5 back and forth. And the M5's heroes, they weren't strong enough individually to stay competitive with the AL heroes individually. And that split pushing, vicious split pushing, just really forced M5 out of this game. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting me, and if you are not subscribed, then please do so, because once I hit that 100 mark, then I should try to hit the 200 mark faster than I got the 100 mark. That's going to be it for me, guys. GG.